Hi everyone. So this is the day one for SQL interview question series. We will continue this series for the next 15 days. So I think I should start. So here we are using our employee table. I will provide the data set in the description box also. And this is my first question that I want to find the employees whose salary is between 2 lakh and 3 lakh. So you can see that by seeing the question only, you can see that in where clause you have to use between where my salary is between 2 lakh and 3 lakh. So how we will do it? Let, let me tell you. So we will use select star because I want to select everything from my employee table, and where my salary is between 2 lakh and 3 lakh. So let's run it and see. So only one person is there whose salary is between 2 lakh and 3 lakh. Let's double check it. Right now we have a very small table, so we can check also. So you can see here, only Madhav is the person whose salary is between 2 lakh and 3 lakh. And that's what we are getting with this syntax also. Okay. So let's move forward. Then we have the employees from same city. How can we find the employee with same city? Let me run the table first for you. So what I want here is I want the person, I want the employee name with the same city. Okay. As you can see, Visakha has the same city Mathura as Lalita. She also has Mathura as the same city. So we want to find that. So if we want to fetch the things, if we want to join the same table, what join we will use? We will use self join. So we will use that only in this. How can we do that? So from employee giving a alias as E and join employee giving a alias as M on E dot city equals to M dot city because I want my cities to be equal. But my employee ID should not be equal. If my employee ID should be equal, then they have the city same, right? So I don't want employee ID to be same. Employee ID. And then in select clause, I want to have employee name and their city. Why? So let's run it and see. Are we getting our records? So yes, we are getting our records. See, we have the name Lalita and Vishakha with the same city, Mathura. So I think this question is clear. Then I'm moving forward to another question, which is find null value in our employee table. So I want to find the null value in my employee table. So right now we don't have any null value in our employee table. But if we had, then how can we do it? So we can do it with a very simple syntax. Select star means select everything from my employee table, and in where we will give a condition where my employee ID is null. That's it. I'll not get any record right now because none of the employee ID is null. That's why. So no records I'm getting. Okay. So let me run this table again. So I want to find the cumulative sum now. So what is cumulative sum? Let me tell you that. So for example, we have this 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We have 1, 2, and 3. So what cumulative sum will do? Cumulative sum is the sum of that digit and the above number. Here you can see that it is the sum of that digit and the above number, which is 1. So it will give me 3. So this is the cumulative sum. What will be the sum of 3 above numbers? 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is 6. Right? So this is cumulative sum. Sum of that digit with the above digits is the cumulative sum. So how can we find the sum cumulative sum of the salaries, we can find it with the help of two ways. So let me tell you with the help of self join, how can we find it? So with the help of self join in select and from. So from employee table using a alias as E, join employee M. Condition I'm giving E dot employee ID should be greater than or equals to M dot employee ID. See this. This is the thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay. And then in select clause, I'm selecting employee name. Let me select employee ID and we will select salary and we want to sum it. So we will select the sum of salary also. E dot salary as cumulative salary, cumulative sum. Okay, so as you can see here, we are combining aggregate column with a non-aggregate column. So we have to give it in a group by condition. So in group by, we will give our non-aggregate columns that are our employee ID and employee salary. So let's run it and see what are the things we are getting. So here, okay, so group by, I forgot to write the by. So here you can see I got the cumulative sum. 12 plus 75 is 60. So that's how. That digit and the sum of above digits. That digit and the sum of above digit is the cumulative sum. So that's how you can do it with the help of self join. But let me tell you how to do it with the help of window function. So in select clause, I want to select the employee ID and employee salary, and I am using sum. So I want to sum the salary, and then I'll use over clause, over, and I want to order by with the help of salary. From which table? Let me give a alias also as cumulative sum. From which table? From our employee table. And then we will give it in group by also. Group by this. Control C and Control V. V. Let's run it and see. So we got our answer. Let's sum it and see. So we got the correct answer. So that's how also you can do it. And that's how you can do it also. Okay. So here you can see I have ordered by with the help of salary. That's why I'm getting the another answer because it ordered my salary also. Right? But what we can do is our employee ID is ordered. So we can write employee ID here. Employee ID. Now if we'll run it, now we are getting the correct answer. Let me see the table and can see that. Yeah, we are getting the correct answer now. Okay, so let's move forward. So I want the 50% records from my employee table. So I want the 50% records from my employee table. What I mean by that, for example, we have here 5 rows. So I want the 50% rows from here. So what will be the 50% rows? Like I want only 50% rows, that is 1 and 2. Okay. So I want 50% records only. So how can we do it with the help of SQL? Let me tell you that. So right now, our employee ID is 12345. So we don't need to use a dense rank here. But if we have the employee ID like that, employee ID 1 like that, then it will become a little tricky question. I'll tell you that also. How can you do that? So right now, we have employee ID in the form of 1234 only. So we will do that only from our employee table. And then in where condition, we will write where my employee ID should be smaller than or equals to. Then I'll use select. I want to select everything, so I'm using star here. Then select. So select that my count of my rows divided by 2 from my employee table. What it will give? So it will give me the count, 50% count of records. And what it will give me? It will give me the records that are smaller or equals to that count. Okay. So let's run it and see. Are we getting the 50% records? Yes, we are getting the 50% records. But now, as you can see, we have the employee ID as 1 and 2. But if we don't have the employee ID in this numeric form, then how can you do that? So for that, so you have to make changes here then, right? So how can we do it? So we will use with CTE as, first let me run the table so that I can get the overview of it. Yeah. With city, yes. So I want to select star, and I want to give them a rank. So I will give dense rank. Then I'll use over clause, and I want to order by with their employee ID. Because with dense rank, you have to use a order by clause. And I am giving a alias as records, number of records or records. Okay. And from which table? From our employee table. Okay. Then by using the CTE, we can have, I'm using select star run now. So from my CTE, where my records should be smaller than or equals to. So in the place of records, we are giving this and then the same thing. That 50% records from my employee table. So we have to run the whole. So you can see I got my answer. So these are the questions that we have did today. And these are all most asked questions. We will discuss more tomorrow. Thank you. If you like this video, do subscribe and like the channel too. Thank you.